dreams and desires. Oh, bo, 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 bo. What's up, family? What's up? What's up? What's the deal, man? Dream and D. Ray Wise here for another one. Yes, sir. We're going to continue on with our sexual escapades. Y'all know if y'all been following me, I've been going on a tirade, on a straight chaos mode.
That's what you've been going on, a tyrant chaos mode?
With sex.
This guy.
When just specifically sexual energy. So if you have been following along, right, it started off with the Kobe energy, 8-8 during the Lions Gate, and we moved into all of these synchronicities and signs coming into the fold, showing us destructive Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Not Mamba Kobe, not the enlightened Kobe, the destructive Kobe, the Colorado Kobe, the mountains Kobe. That's my man, dog. Why I do my man like that? That's my birthday twin too. God damn, but he has something going on with the snow bunnies. Oh, get it right, you know. So what we want to do is move into the constructive side, the love-making side, the side when you go to the upper room and move into a whole different perspective. Because boy, oh boy, not only have we seen the yada situation, right? You know, I don't even want to bring that up on this live, but we also see, which hurt me to the fullest, Joey Badass and his destructive nature of infidelity. So these signs and symbols have been showing up. And if you're not utilizing the energy for power, then you can wreck your life. See, an aspect of Joey Badass was also into the sexual transmutation, or in his words, he might have just been into semen retention. I'm not sure if he was all the way into sexual transmutation, like we discussed on the Patreon earlier today. Him being in the semen retention field still encased his energy down below where into the penis and vagina area. So it's just still a lot of energy in that specific place where he can perceive that he's becoming more enlightened or more aggressive, but he's really just becoming more lustful. Mm-hmm. And in that lust place, in that chase place, in that animalistic energy, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to release at some point in time. And boy, oh boy, according to his fiance, oh boy, was he ever. God damn. So, and you know, I looked up his age and he was 31. And so, you know, the guy was still relatively young.
31.
He is 31 and he's still relatively young, still in that space of trying to figure this thing out, right? Because even with me at that particular age, even yet way younger than that, I was caught up in a conundrum with my sexual energy. And I didn't know how to utilize it for the good. I didn't know how to utilize it for enlightenment. I didn't know how to utilize it for creating my own reality, or just even, you know, becoming more attractive. So, you know, you don't know what you don't know. And my sexual energy was getting spewed at such a young age everywhere that it caused me to go into drug abuse. So abusing this most potent Kundalini sacred energy and just lusting and having sex and thinking that's the right thing to do just based off of the glamour, based off of the two eyes fooling us with the images of the pimps, the players, and this whole reality of masculinity, fake masculinity, right? And the more women you have, you know, the more stronger you are, right? whatever that narrative is, that caused me to constantly, repetitiously, not only abuse myself with having partners that I wasn't attracted to or didn't have no real, real connection with, but more so than anything, I was abusing myself, because that's real. What Yosef calls it? It's sexually transmitted.
Sexually transmitted.
What do you call it? Sexually. He calls it something.
He call it STD, sexually transmitted demons.
Shout out to my bro guy, brother Yosef, man. So, yeah, just feeling depressed, feeling scared, feeling anxious, not really feeling myself. Always was running away from myself. And that showed me a lot in my dreams during them particular times and ages. In my dreams, I was running a lot. And it was just basically me running from myself and not ultimately standing up for myself.
Yeah, so with all of that, we want to get into the difference between sex and lovemaking, because there is a major difference between the two. And when we look at these situations with Yada and with Joey Badass, it should cause everybody to just reflect on their relationships. What do relationships mean to them? What do they want out of relationships? What are the things that are important to them? And one thing that is absolutely 100% true is that sex, intimacy, your physical relationship, how you connect with each other on a physical level is super important. And it really kind of can support a relationship in growing in a healthy and powerful way. Or like you said, it can be destructive to a relationship. In terms of Yada and his queen, I mean, they had, 4 or 5 kids together?
Oh, they did? I didn't know.
Yeah, they had multiple kids together. So obviously a lot of sex is taking place. Mm-hmm. And a lot of couples can use the sex as a way to mend their relationship, but it's actually not healing. It's not transforming them. And that's one of the major differences between physical sex and love making, right? So on that topic, I think the first thing we want to dive into is just making sure that you all know that there is a clear distinction. Matter of fact, when we were just at the New Love Life event in Dallas, one of the guys had actually stood up and asked us while we were up there talking, how do you know when you're just having sex or when you are making love, right? And the reality is that you could be doing the same physical act, right? You can be in the same exact positions and one just be physical and one be lovemaking, one be intimate, one be a totally different experience. So when I think of the difference of the two, first I want to talk about sex. Sex is strictly physical, strictly carnal. It's just about chasing the pleasure. So when we think about a person like Joey Badass, you got down on one knee and proposed to Soraya. So that to me says you wanted to cultivate more love. You wanted to have something, you wanted to build legacy and a life with a person. And once you make that decision, once you decide that is what you want with someone, if you are going out and not being faithful, to me, that makes me think he was craving or desiring that physical, carnal pleasure. He was wanting some more sex.
Yeah, that's fire, babe.
Yeah.
What's up, I Am Crown? What's up, CC? What's up, Mr. Young? And y'all leave questions and comments if y'all have any, so we can tap in even deeper. B-Ray and I had a client, and I'm gonna try to shed lightly on this client's story. But essentially what was happening was her husband they were having sex and continuously having sex, right? And she was like, yeah, but I ain't never experienced no orgasm with him. Is there something wrong I'm doing with him and everything like that? But we started getting to the nitty gritty of it and started getting to the understanding, the deeper understanding. And to make a long story short, after the second, maybe even second and a half session, we finally found out that the God was giving her 5 minutes of wood. Let me get my sound effects right. And that 5 minutes is a cardinal sin, my nigga. God damn. So she didn't know, because again, that's just how they were brought up or performing sexual acts and behaviors for the longest. She didn't have no clue that niggas could extend that 5 minutes to 7. No, but you know, the thing about sex is it's greedy, right? And what we're trying to explain to the goddess was like, okay, is this about y'all getting into a deeper, more sensual, more spiritual sense? Or is it just about wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, let's go to sleep and get up and go to work again? A lot of times what happens is you can get complacent in the aspect of life, and now sex becomes a chore, right? Instead of exploration of y'all's love, instead of exploration of y'all's union. So a big aspect of love making is that one-to-one connection. And this one-to-one connection has to be tied into a union. Now we hear all the stories, the polyandries and the polygamists and all of that other stuff, right? And that's cool. And if it works for you, it works for you. What we're simply saying is, in the love making department, it does take a lot of focus, a lot of attention, and a lot of presence to be with one particular guy. Just imagine 2D Rays here. So yeah, hey girl, and oh yeah, but
don't imagine 2D Rays here.
Hey, yeah, oh yeah, but that's a lot of work. God damn. Now, I'm not saying, to each his own, because, whatever, there's people pulling it off, they're pulling it off. But we just seen a case where it just wasn't quite that, right?
What case? What are you talking about? We just seen a case.
Ain't the Yada dude, those have 2 wives or some shit like that? And then don't let me even mention the other dude with the fingernails that just pulled up. He was flirting with the 2 wives, the young pharaoh. These niggas going crazy out here, boy. What the hell is going on? Hey, before y'all catch me like that, nigga, I'm off of YouTube, boy. What? Hell nah. Before you catch me being YMCA, talking about the YMCA. Before you see me doing all of that, nigga, this will be a one lady show. It would be called D-Ray Wise. These boys out here going bonkers. Wow, we can go down the list. I'm gonna stop naming names. Maybe y'all need to get out of that spiritual shit for real. God damn, my boys going so crazy. You know why they going crazy? Because they not doing no work. That shit is wild to me. Babe, you gotta do work. I don't understand. Like, how are you gonna come on here and say, this is what it is. See, it's something to it to where people can explain or say it in a way that's like, oh wow, okay, cool, right? Some people got that gift of gab, right? Cool. It's another thing to actually be honest. Honesty is the key to this YouTube thing. Honesty is what's the true essence of a spiritual teacher. And some people are going to reject that. You feel me? Myself, we're honest. Brother Yosef, my nigga Will Capru. There's a few people out here that's really speaking and just telling you, look, this is what I did. This is how it happened. This is what it is. These other niggas out here, they're cosplaying and they're faking it for numbers, for YouTube clicks, and to run up their ad revenue or whatever the fuck that shit is. D-Ray and I, see, we don't even get paid from YouTube. You see, I play music, everything. We just trying to get the information out and just do what we do in the devotion work department and sharing our truth and sharing our experience. And I'm just saying, being real, you know what I'm saying? That's all I can do is be real. These other niggas, they're performative. That shit ain't real. That shit is like, is acting. Because again, when you see them go into another level of kamikaze mode, now you can be like, oh yeah, they not honest. And that's a huge aspect when we're talking about lovemaking. See, lovemaking doesn't start in the sheets. It starts in the intimate connection with your mate.
Why are you doing all of that right now, though?
See how I got her moving? You see that? See that? See that? I'm almost grabbing some of that titty too. You feel me? I'm almost on that move.
This is you performing and acting though.
I'm performing. See how she hate the stare, baby.
No, I know you like
laser stare.
No, I just know you like to make the people laugh.
Rude.
You like to make the people laugh. So you put on,
babe, because I stared at you, I looked you in your eyes.
It don't have to do nothing with the stare. I'm talking about YMCA. That's you. You like to put on the show.
That's a show.
So
right, that's the show part.
Yeah.
That's the showmanship in me.
So,
but this is real.
Okay.
This connection right here, what we got going on, me rubbing your feet. You feel me? That's real love, girl. What you talking about? These alien ass feet. You lucky I don't move these feet up because you probably get paid and shit.
What? Get paid off selling some feet.
Man, these toes right here, god damn. Hey, I ain't mad at this as long as they ain't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, some feet. Remember that one dude? He said, I was doing the grounding outside. Remember? I think I was making videos of it or something. His dude came on and said, hey, I'll pay you to buy your feet or pay you to send me videos of your feet. I was like, what?
That could have been a profitable business.
Should have took that nigga up on it, but I was
How much you gonna pay for it? He probably would have paid you $500 for a picture of them feet.
500?
Yes.
Damn, I would have gave him $5. Give me $5, nigga. I got you. Message. Hey, if y'all need some feet pics, reach out to your boy.
They got them for sure.
What's up? Oh, who fell in?
Hey, good? Jenny, long time no see, girl.
What's up, Nikki? What's good?
Hey, Nikki.
What's up, Jenny?
Ashe.
Femina. What's good? Jalani. Give thanks for the integrity. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. See, yeah, Jalani knows. She felt that. Exactly.
So going into the performative thing, though, a lot of times people are performing.
Oh, for sex?
Performing sex, right? Like,
okay, yeah.
Not really actually being. I think the two differences is performance versus presence. Like sometimes people feel like they got to put on a show in the bedroom, right? And I will tell you all this: it is dangerous for a person to feel like they gotta make you have that orgasm. They gotta make sure that you get to that point, right? That's a level of control, and that can be dangerous in relationships, right? Because you're not actually paying attention to the person and what they need and what they're asking for, in the intimacy. So that performativeness is definitely a part of just being physical. Go ahead.
Well, what happened with a lot of us growing up watching porn, we kind of get confused of that act that they're showing in the porn of bang, 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 right? And going super hard, and we tricking our mind to say, yeah, that's how you do it as a man. You got to try to make her scream, make her do this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I think, just growing up, watching porn over and over and over again, you get confused on what, really being in tune with a body, a goddess's female or a goddess's body is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start making bad behaviors when you start off having sex, and these bad behaviors,
bad habits
just start,
sexual habits,
just start becoming part of it. And even with me and you, right? I know I'll be like, okay, I'm in tune, I'm here, but then sometimes I start going into my what's my name? Jonathan Steele. What's my man name? Y'all named the porn star name. What's his name? Steele? What was his name back in the day? Come on, man. Y'all know, I know I got some freaks in this chat, baby.
I do not know who that is.
What's his name? Jonathan Steele.
And why are you saying that you got some freaks in this chat? Would the freaks be the women or the men?
Oh, definitely the
men.
Definitely. Diggity Lexington Steel. Thank you. See, Jelani,
I guess the brothers know.
Lexington Steel. Yeah, them niggas. All of them niggas.
It's so
Brian Pumper, him.
I've heard of that name before.
You watch the show?
I don't know if I watched the show, but I've heard of that name before. I think he was actually on a podcast not too long ago.
You ain't never seen a Brian Pumper video?
I don't know if I've ever seen a Brian Pumper video, but I've heard the name before.
Just about to be honest.
I've heard the name before.
We can't even be honest.
That don't mean that I've actually seen, a film of the guy.
Have you seen Pinky before?
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I watched.
Niggas on this whole lot here.
I never have gotten to know people's names.
What is going on?
Because I don't know people's names.
Okay, I forgot you are 7 years younger than me. Should we give her a pass or is she lying? Y'all put it in the chat. I'm being real deep honest.
I've heard of a Pinky. I've heard of a Brian Pumper. I've heard of these people. I couldn't even tell you what they look like if you posted a picture of them. I have heard of, and I do know. What's our gay name? Our girl name?
Give you a pass.
What is our girl's name? Not our girl. Corinne Stephens.
Oh shit.
Superhead. I know her and I can identify her face. I can say, okay, I know who that is.
Okay. We're gonna give you. They said give you a pass. We're gonna give you a pass.
Yeah.
Cool. Because maybe you was on that 2000s porn and stuff.
They were on podcasts recently talking about their experience. They've been talking about the work that they've done.
I seen a podcast. There's a podcast where these boys is on here. Because I recognized the face. I said, "Oh, that's that dude that I used to watch." And she, oh yeah, he doing his thing. He on the podcast. I just recognized his face. I'm like, oh shit. And Orange Star, and he was giving it up. He was basically saying like, he was basically just telling the ins and outs of porn and how they would use certain things and things of that nature to just create the act or the exaggeration of it, right? Just like in anything, I'm saying, a lot of this stuff is exaggerated to take that dopamine effect from your brain and stuff. That's why, again, the biggest selling companies out here right now is the sexual enhancement companies. Porn obviously is number one forever, baby.
That's out here right now, or is that just like?
Unless gambling.
Like, have you like when you say that's out here right now? Like, is there something that you've seen?
Yeah, no,
that has
there's stats and stuff where the porn is obviously the porn is gone. It's always been number one selling product online for a fact. But the sexual enhancement drugs, based off of the physiological languages that guys are trying to compete with in their mind, saying, damn, this nigga dropping the hammer, dropping the mule, like, god damn, how the fuck am I gonna compete with that? So now they think, okay, let me take this, let me do that, right? And
well, a lot of these men have just exacerbated their sexual potency. So a lot of men are dealing with ED, erectile dysfunction. Right? Yeah. They're not able to perform or they're not able to get as aroused as they need to in order for them to actually please their woman or the women that they are, connecting with. So it's not even based off of competition with, other men. It's, I'm not actually able to please my woman, right? And that's not like, what you know when you can perform and when you cannot. And I don't even want to use the word perform because we're trying to get people out of performing, because I think people can also get performance anxiety, feeling like you got to show up to the occasion and you're a little bit anxious. So we don't even want to get into the word performance, right? But presence is a very big deal. You need presence in order to actually make love. You need presence to actually have a sexual experience that is transformational and that is healing, where you actually can transmute that energy.
Well, yeah, and that's good, because a lot of times what happens is like I Am Crown says, overstimulated. So now they lost their natural essence to get erect and to just make love to a goddess or a woman that they have, feelings for, because now their mind has been blown all the way the fuck up to these exaggerated ass and titties, right? These ant women. And essentially what has to happen is you got to come back into your power, come back into your body. So what I did was, essentially what happened with me was, what I started to notice was, when I started doing the fast and stuff, I started to get more stronger, clearer erections, right? When I did the 30-day fast, really cleaned me out. 40-day fast, I was to the moon, and I was back and reset it, right? Even so much so that my brain started to reset after that 40-day fast. Now, this ain't saying do it, because, I'm saying, I'm just like an extreme case. Like, I did the drugs extreme, and then, 40-day fast, that's kind of extreme, if you will. So I ain't no doctor, this ain't no medical advice, YouTube, what's up? But just that reset in your body, resetting your mind, will start to move you back into your more natural state to have organic, natural chemistry, love with a mate. You look good. I don't know. We might have to turn this thing off.
That right there. Now that was genuine.
Let's turn this thing off right now.
Now that was real. I felt that.
You felt that?
I did feel that.
Okay, you feel that? So, for a lot of men, I think, and I hope you can feel where I'm coming from. When you do reset your body, reset your mind, and get back into yourself, right? Take these absences of porn, obviously. Porn, you just got to let go of, right? Bad food, and just get back into a more homeostasis state, more balanced state. Essentially, what's going to happen is you do reset your body and your mind. So now you even forget about the porn. You be like,
it's so good to put things down that you become dependent on.
Why would I watch that? You start to look at, nah. For what? I remember I'm on that 40-day fast. I just was so curious to see, because I was not into like the porn or none of that stuff. So I'm on the 40-day fast, clean, mind clear, whatever, right? Nigga, I'm on like day 35. I said, let me just see what porn does to me. I turned it on, watched it. I was like, this shit looks absolutely disgusting. That's crazy.
You got lipstick on your lips.
I do.
Yeah, real pink glow there.
Hey, maybe I might be turning a young pharaoh. Hey, y'all. It looked crazy. Like day 35. So that means we've been infiltrated with egregore spirits in our body that keeps us entangled in the animal. I was smoking weed the other day, that THCA. I'm sitting there and I'm just trying to observe me and the weed and shit. And nigga, I swear I was seeing in the other people's heads. And the shit was trippy, nigga. I was seeing all kind of shit. I was seeing in the other people. I was seeing an old lady cross the street.
When was this?
This the other day. I smoked that whenever I smoke weed, I can go into like a hallucinogenic state to where.
So you were like,
I could see into.
You were like remote viewing because
remote viewing, yeah.
Like what people's heads
and it was
outside of our
people.
house.
It was random people. It was crazy, nigga. And I'm sitting there like, damn, these people are really doing it. I'm talking about I went into a whole nother astral scene thing. It was off the chain. And that's just something I always had, especially when I smoke weed. A lot. I got to smoke a nice amount of it though. So I smoked a nice amount. That's why I don't usually smoke like, go for mine. But if I smoke a nice amount and sit there and just let me do what I do, I could tap into other people's heads and then start seeing into where they're at, or even like past live situations and stuff like that. I was seeing all type of shit. I wish I wrote them hoes down, but it was trippy, nigga. Why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess, I don't know. Oh, well, I think the reason why I brought that up is because back in the day, when I was so toxic and drugged out, I couldn't see that shit. I couldn't see nothing. You see what I'm saying? So like when we abuse these drugs, these alcohol, the porn, all of that stuff, we don't get the same feel into situations. I swear to God, nigga, I'm seeing into people. When I smoke the weed, THCA is not even weed.
I mean, it's still weed.
I mean, it's,
it's still
I'm
weed.
seeing in the whole other realities.
Yeah, I think that's what we were just saying when you abuse it. I used to
wake and bake and never see none of that shit. We used to wake and bake 18, 19, never see none of it. So I think we have to get back into feeling into ourselves again, getting to our natural state. So whenever I did, like for instance, I just did 140 days on semen retention, sexual transmutation, right? And me and D-Ray would make love and I'll feel into her even more, even deeper, right? Past the physical, way past the mental, it's into a spiritual plane of existence. Just by being more in tune with myself, which then helps me being more in tune with her. So now when you do the sexual transmutation, like we spoke about this rising on Wise Wednesday in the Patreon, y'all go check it out. Essentially what happens is you will start to appreciate things more, right? When they say love for self, that sexual transmutation is the love that you have for self, but then you can have respect and love and honor for the particular partner you're with, or just for the reality that you're in. And that's when you have more gratitude, more loving energy, and more presence, right? Which is an important part of lovemaking.
Definitely detoxing from things that you've become overly dependent on in order to feel that arousal is super important. But I also think some women specifically could use some support from stimulants like a little bit of THC or a little bit of wine, or maybe even like a vibrator or something like that to support you in activating that pleasure. A part of why people don't get into the act of lovemaking can be because they're too much in their head, both men and women. Right? Men can be thinking whatever they're thinking, trying to get to that point. women can be thinking, God damn, I hope he gets me to this point. Is it going to happen? Or she may be thinking about all the drama that she got going on in her life or whatever. And sometimes using these things can help you to come back into your body and to be present. So it's absolutely necessary. But once you become dependent on it, then it becomes an issue, because now you're not utilizing your own inner resources to really tap into that energy. So lovemaking definitely requires presence, like being fully there. I also feel like in order to experience lovemaking, you have to feel safe. You have to feel safe. Again, lovemaking and sex, you can be in the same physical positions, you can be doing all of the same things, but lovemaking requires a certain level of mental, emotional, and spiritual intimacy, right? So if that is not present, if you're feeling like something is missing, if you're feeling like the sex is lacking substance, more than likely it's missing that vulnerability. It's missing all the other things that are required in order to have something that is really sacred and powerful.
Yeah. Remember that old lady client we had? And she was going on and on about, I just don't know, da da da. And she was going into a space of, she had like a friend, right, who was calling and saying, da 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 da, hey, I'd love to take you out, I'd love to do this, that, right? And essentially what we led her to, because she was trying to be like, in spirituality, sometimes people can confuse this thing with like moralism, like, oh, I'm trying to be a good girl and good, clean, fun and everything like that. And we were trying to explain to her, like, pleasure is a thing that you need to be able to accept within yourself. Like, it's okay to want to sit on that wood. It's okay to, partake in a relationship with another man. She was older, her kids were grown, right? And she were just her husband transitioned earlier and, all of this. And she was in a kind of moral conflict with her mind and herself in the aspect of feeling pleasure because she might have been feeling guilty of her late husband. So naturally, what we have to do is reclaim our power to understand that pleasure is good, right? It's okay to feel pleasure. You ever dealt with goddesses that didn't find that were running from the pleasure? Let me say that, instead of embracing it, instead of coming towards it.
I think I've worked with many women who have experienced certain trauma and a lack of trust. A lack of trust in partners, right? Maybe because of infidelity, or maybe because the partner didn't really honor and respect their bodies, and really care about their pleasure. I've dealt with women who were actually protecting themselves, and for good reason. And that may be why it seemed like they're kind of, pushing away, these advances. I've also dealt with women who've, sworn to like celibacy or abstinence, again, just based off of past relationships not working out, and then them telling themselves, you know what, I'm just going to be done. I don't want to have sex. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in a relationship. So I've worked with multiple women with multiple different backgrounds and different spaces and places, right? One of my more recent clients was an older woman who, I'm so proud of her because she was intuitive enough to know that the man she was dating with at the time really had this kind of predatory energy. Like everything was about sex. Like everything that he said. And I know y'all ladies have experienced this before, where you're talking to someone and it's like everything that they say has this underlying sexual tone. It's like they don't know how to communicate outside of something having to give off this sexual energy. And a lot of times there are women who can communicate in that way too, where everything is reading sex, sex, sex. You know what I mean? And so I was very proud of her because when we were talking, she would just be like, girl, I just feel like everything has this underlying energy of sex and it feels very predatory. And I'm glad that she cut that relationship off because yeah, it wasn't going to be no lovemaking happening in that instance, right? He was seeing her as something that he needed to conquer. He was seeing her as something that he wanted to take down, right? Something that he wanted to accomplish instead of someone that he wanted to genuinely connect with and nurture and be present with and be emotionally vulnerable with. So I've seen it all. I've heard it all, experienced some of these things. And I feel like one of the most important things that are required in order to actually make love is to first have love for self. You can't make love, right? You can't experience love making if there's a lack of self-love. It's you got to bring love into the bed before you even get in the sheet.
What do you think about Portia's situation?
Portia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah.
What situation? Her?
Like now she been dealing with men, have a baby daddy. What did she?
Now she got a girlfriend. Now she's a lesbian.
Right, now she's
lesbians experience these things as well too.
What you mean?
I've had lesbian clients who struggled with love intimacy, and connection, and feeling like they had to protect themselves.
Because Big Mike kind of is big, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he wasn't really bringing the. I don't
even know if they actually, got to that place.
I think it was just a joke. I think it was all scripted or whatever. But
yeah, I definitely probably.
It does seem like she does like this.
Seems like she really liking this girl she's in a relationship with.
Right.
They look cute too.
Right, because the way she blushes when he's around and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that's what's needed in order to make love. There has to be a softness between both the masculine and the feminine.
Principles.
Right? Yeah. Like men have to come into the love-making space with a certain level of vulnerability as well. Right? Because as a man, you understand that bringing a woman to orgasmic pleasure is something you have to feel into. You have to feel into it. You have to pay attention to how her body is actually communicating with you. So you have to be vulnerable enough to say, and it's so good because a man has to be vulnerable enough to say, she probably ain't feeling this right here, right? She's not giving me the sounds. Her breathing pattern has not changed, right? Her juices are not overflowing. So a man has to be vulnerable enough to say, okay, maybe what I'm doing right now is not working. Let me try something else. That takes vulnerability for a man to even, really care about how he is showing up and if what he is giving is actually serving the woman. Now, I'm not saying this because men do this. Dream sometimes does this where he like, yeah, how that feel? I'm like, sometimes women don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that question. Don't ask me how it feels, okay?
That's my freaky. That's when what about that? Yeah, you feel that? No, I think you know what it is? And shout out to all my Virgos, attention to detail. Attention to detail. And this starts way before you get into the bedroom. Bedroom is like the final hurrah, right? This starts right in the morning when y'all hugging and kissing on each other, right? Understanding that she might need a massage while y'all sitting on the couch. Understanding that them flowers are just going to make her happy when you bring them home and say, hey, babe, I just thought about you. I brought you something. You feel me?
When the last time you done brought me some flowers?
People do. See how people do.
I'm just saying, we being honest on here. I don't remember the last time I seen some flowers, y'all.
Babe, I just bought some flowers.
When the last time you bought some flowers? I
just bought some flowers. I want to say at least a month ago. I went to Kroger's and bought some flowers. And matter of fact,
hey, you making that up? I don't remember when the last time you bought some flowers. We said we're gonna keep it real with the people.
No.
We said we're going to be honest with the people.
I just brought some flowers to you about a month ago. Now, I don't know what happened.
That was more than a month ago. That was more. I feel like I remember the last time you bought flowers, and that was not a month ago. You ain't remember a month ago.
I was about to buy a chair, another chair. I said, you know what? I couldn't hold both. So I put the chair down and brought you the flowers.
That was more than a month ago, babe. That was more than a month ago.
We're in August. Were we in August?
That's more than a month ago. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you went to Miami on a girls' trip.
So now you're going to try to use that. Damn, now you're going to try to use the girls' trip to Miami. The girls' trip to Miami was way in June.
That was the flowers.
We are at the end of August. We are going into September. You talking about flowers.
You know what I probably said? I said, man, every time I probably seen them flowers now, I said, God, man, fuck them flowers.
See how you do? We just gonna hold each other accountable and be real on here. I think hold on. No, let me finish. Let me finish what I'm about to say.
I got some good. Okay, when's the last time I bought you some chocolates? There we go. See, I'm like, damn, I just bought you something. What the hell is going on?
I seriously don't remember when the last time you bought chocolate.
Oh my God, the Godivas. I just bought the
Why you making shit up, babe? You ain't never bought no Godiva.
Which one did I buy?
That ain't no Godiva. What you talking about?
Which ones do I buy? The ones that the kids eat downstairs.
The ones that the kids eat. First of all, if the kids are eating it, it ain't for me. It ain't mama's. It ain't mama's if the kids are eating it. That's number one. Number two, yes, you bought chocolate, but when was that? That was way over a month ago. Way over a month ago.
That was just last week.
You don't even believe what you're saying. You don't even believe what you're saying.
You can't even be honest on here with the, babe, I just bought, if I pull up these chocolates, if I go downstairs and get these chocolates.
The chocolates are down there, but it was probably more than a month ago. Them chocolates probably old now. Just telling the truth. Now you did buy some THCA flowers. You bought some THCA flowers before that ban went into place here in Texas. You did buy that.
You don't even smoke.
I know, but you were thinking of me in the time when you did buy it.
Okay, see, I did something right. Oh no, I mean whatever. We can go on and on. God damn. Now, yeah. I mean, lovemaking is about patience. It's about flirtation. It's about, honoring your queen, honoring yourself. It's about really being in tune, right? Music, be in the vibration, not being in a rush, right? Not being, antsy or whatever, really taking your time, really being able to be in the moment, be present in the moment. And I think that's the biggest thing with the aspect of sex versus lovemaking. There could be a problem between the two partners that are just like, okay, they might be in a conundrum where it's just routine, right? Mm-hmm. Where they just, okay, we gotta have sex because it's been so long, right? Or they could be in their own ego and saying, like, you remember them hood chicks and shit, like that hood shit is different. Like, it's like, yeah, just fuck me and let's get fucked up, let's get drunk and just fuck me to take away the pain of my struggles of the day.
And that's definitely sex.
So it's never about being present with you, right? It's about being able to erase
the numbness,
escape the moment of your struggles of the day right now in order to not think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that happens in long-term relationships. When you've been with a person for a long time, like you said, you just get into this place of understanding that physical touch, physical intimacy is a part of what helps a relationship to last and stay strong. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when you're in that state, you're sheerly doing it for survival, right? Mm-hmm. Sex as a survival mechanism. And we know sex is a survival mechanism for the simple fact that it is the very thing that helps the human race survive and continue and go on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think even if it starts out that way, especially for people who are in long-term relationships, even if it starts out that way, you can come back into presence and be like, hold on, hold on. We are having this intimate moment. Let's actually honor and be present with what we are doing. One thing that you do give, babe, that you're very intentional about, that I really feel like keeps us strong, is that you are a physical touch person. So you may not have bought the flowers, but every day you are going to go out of your way to give me a hug, to give me a kiss, to put your hand on my leg, or, you know, just do things to just represent your presence, represent that you're here, right? You're here, you're with me, and we're with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just intentionality, a major part of lovemaking that is different from sex, is just being intentional.
Right. And every time you touch my balls, I fall back into balance. No, y'all see, I gotta get y'all my.
You better explain that.
Not
explain
those balls.
That.
Not those. These balls. My yin and yang balls. Every time you touch these balls and we listen to them together,
you literally.
I start getting.
There you
y'all
go.
Gotta get y'all mind out together.
There
boy.
you go. There you go. Performing.
Y'all gotta get y'all mind out together.
He saw these balls. He saw these yin and yang balls, right, y'all? He saw these balls and said, you know what?
They said, wait.
He said, this would be a great joke. Let me grab these balls and say every time she touched these balls.
Go ahead. Twirl them around. Get
you
them.
love
love
making the people laugh. Yeah, wow. This is good. This is good ball exercise.
Not too hard.
This is good ball exercise. You are so silly. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. These are nice though. These are nice.
Y'all check these out.
Get y'all some
yin and yang balls.
Yeah, get some of those.
Very good. You can get these off of Amazon, and they help you in being more in tune with.
These are very nice.
Hold on now. I'm getting kind of jealous now. God damn. She talking about these are kind of nice. Damn. Hold on now.
Nice.
They not these shit. You giving me blue balls just looking at these blue balls. God damn. Intentionality. Intention. We was talking about that earlier in the Patreon. Intention. Being intentional about where you're at in your relationship. Not being in a rush to, let me just get this over with, right? See, D-Ray and I, we will go to sleep at 9:30. We won't probably start making love till 11 o'clock, 11:30, right? Just based off of we're in a zone of talking, laughing, you know what I'm saying, being in the moment. We might be touching, we might be doing different things, but we're vibing out, we're listening to music, we might be listening to Miss Blue, right? And we're just in a zone, in a different kind of space, headspace, right? And we're in the moment, we're present, you feel me? And naturally what happens is it just carries on to, you know, kissing, this and that. And now all of a sudden I'm just down there for hours. Like, God damn, head game just knocked, just head, can't breathe. Can I come up for air now? No.
Can I come up for air?
Mouth all glizzard, beard wet. I'm just like, God damn. When is it my turn? Yes, it's your ass.
Now let me ask y'all this. Let's segue. Let's segue into this topic. A little bit of a topic Dream and I were talking about today.
Mm-hmm.
The topic of if men can openly talk about their sex life, their experiences, the things that they do or did, and if people are generally just more comfortable receiving that or hearing that, like women are more comfortable hearing their man talk about their past sexual experience, or men just being more comfortable speaking openly and honestly about their sexual experience and people just being able to receive it, right? And then on the opposite, side, men not really being comfortable with being able to hear a woman's past sexual experiences, and women not really feeling comfortable about sharing their sexual experiences, their engagements online or in communities or whatever. What's up with that? What are y'all's thoughts on that, right? Is it fair? Is it just a double standard? Exactly, society set it up that way. Yeah, but is this something that we should be, put the balls down, because I'm just jiggling.
Jiggling. Huh?
Yeah, we know society set it up that way, but is it something that should stay that way?
Yeah, I think because ain't there like a movement of women? What's that? What's a girl with the hair? Then there wasn't a with the girl Kanye West dated and Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, she did the thing called the slut walk, which Amber Rose. She did the slut walk, which I do think there is a thing happening now where women are becoming more comfortable sharing, right? And I think it's important. I think it is important, for women to share to a certain extent their experiences, because women, we really learn through the storytelling. If I told you a very juicy story about my experience, you women would be able to feel that and resonate with that. But not only do you feel it on a mental level, you would actually feel it on a physical, visceral, in your body, nervous system type of way. And it can be healing for you. Just like on the opposite side of that, if I told you about a certain level of trauma and abuse, you would actually be able to feel that in your womb as well. And so I just think that it's so important for people to get more comfortable with women sharing their experiences, not saying that it has to be in a raunchy way. And I think there needs to be a new way of sharing experiences, because I think a lot of people have this one thing in their mind, the Amber Rose slut walk, or you hear the people, there's this podcast called Horrible Decisions, where they just changed their podcast name to Decisions. But at first the podcast was Horrible Decisions, with the word spelled like horror, WHORI. And they would just talk so openly about whatever they experienced, right? And they would bring with Mandy and Weezy, right?
Okay.
But a lot of people were uncomfortable with it, I find it interesting, and I also find it necessary for us to begin to feel safe to share. Not saying that you got to share with everybody. Maybe it's just in a private community. Maybe it's in the Sacred Sister Circle, But women have to feel more comfortable talking about their experiences, because how else do we really learn?
Yeah, I think it is a thing where when you look at it, especially in the aspect of the Queen of Fuas of the world and the Jewel Pokrams and all these ladies that kind of dived into healing the womb, because remember, you did the whole thing, womb alchemy, and just transforming whatever was in the womb to healing and a different level of consciousness, because the womb is the most powerful tool you have. And if, just like men, if we don't understand how to utilize our tool, our magic stick, and the goddesses don't understand how to utilize their womb, then essentially we're just out here being naive. It's kind of like the aspect of remember back in the day, the old people, oh, we don't talk about that, or that's a grown people's place, don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like even my mama saying she seen our podcast and we was talking about sex the last time, and she was like, nah, don't talk about all of that, and y'all doing y'all thing, y'all look good on camera, but you don't talk about the sex stuff and all of that, and right? And to a point, I get it, I understand where she's coming from. But we're moving into a new reality, new time and space, And this thing is about chaos. Soon enough, you know what I'm saying, how how some of this stuff is looking and going, you know what I'm saying, everything's going to be online. Everything. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting dynamic as the world turns and as we keep on seeing these generations of kids get more and more. I believe there's going to be a time where you see, you know, how they got new beaches.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a time where you'll see more, like they even got a nude cruise now. I think there'll be a time.
Would you do something like that?
A nude cruise?
A nude cruise, nude beach.
I don't think so. I'm too famous. We gonna be out here like, hey, what's up, Dre? You just play picture. You know, maybe if we wasn't on these YouTube streets, you know what I'm saying, where now, you know, every person sees, you know, they think about that image of you and shit. They like, dang, this nigga.
I mean, but so in my mind, you say certain things online, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to know how have you gotten to a place of comfortability with sharing the things that you share online?
What you mean, babe?
You will share past experiences that you've had online. How have you gotten to a level of comfortability to do that?
I'm honest. So that's all I got is my truth and my story. I'm honest. You get what I'm saying? So like in honesty, I can't lie and say, oh yeah, duh, this, like, you know, a lot of times when, especially like spiritual people, if they're not being honest, like I literally came through spiritual walks based off of me being being a drug abuser. You get what I'm saying? So like, because I was super high all the time, I wanted to figure that out without the crash. So I had to be, you know what I'm saying? That's just being honest. Like I wanted to figure out, okay, why do I feel this way on ecstasy, but when I'm back in my normal body, I can't feel this way?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So just being super honest, I wanted to figure out why, if I could tap into that naturally without taking a pill that's going to kill me. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. It's just telling my truth, just expressing my, you know what I'm saying, my walks.
Interesting.
I said I'll go to a nude beach. Cruise is a no-go. Yeah, that cruise will be
I was thinking I would go to a nude beach too, because I don't think nudity doesn't have to be sexual.
Exactly.
I grew up, I know y'all have heard the saying, if you grew up with a naked mom. I grew up with a naked mom, if you know what I mean. Meaning my mom didn't hide her body from us. I didn't grow up in a household where if I walk in my mother's bedroom while she's getting dressed, she's not gonna like cover herself up and say, go out there, wait till I put on clothes. Like she's just not, that's just not gonna happen.
Jenny said there is still a morality aspect when it comes to women sharing, so we keep a lot of it to ourselves. When share might be the very thing that could change their experience for the better. Absolutely. And the morality thing is based off of the double standards that goes along with, you know what I'm saying, of the type of women. You feel me? It's kind of like, remember when you seen them funny memes that said, what's your body count? It has like a body count on their head. And it shows, okay, she got 3 bodies. Okay, cool. And then it shows the other girl, it reveals their body count, it'd be 127. And you'd be like, oh.
I have never seen that before. Whatever it is you're talking about, I've never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's this unfair attachment to a woman sharing her experience automatically means she's some type of whore.
Mm.
Right? Like if a woman is open about her sexuality, that means she's out here for everybody. And that's just not true. And I truly feel like we have to get over the double standard about what women and what men are allowed to say. I truly feel like, people have to emotionally mature. Really. It removes a lot of insecurities to go to a new beach. I would think so as well. You start to just appreciate the human body for what it is. It's not automatically a sexual thing. Right? Like, I don't look at naked bodies other than your naked body, but if I were to see a man's naked body, I don't automatically in my mind want that man. You understand what I mean? And I think that's kind of like how people's minds are processed. It goes back to women and what they wear and how people are like, if a woman is wearing a very provocative outfit, she is automatically inviting a certain type of person to her. She's automatically giving off this belief that she is just open and available. And that doesn't necessarily have to be true.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the whole the Muslim religion where they cover all their women up. You know what I'm saying? In the garbs and everything like that. All fully clothed. They can't even see their ankles. What was the reason why they do that? Again, what?
They only see their eyes. Everything about them, their hair, their bodies, all of this is for their man. All of this is for their husband.
That's wild.
That's wild as hell.
What was that? That's crazy. That's kind of wild, right?
That's literally what it is. You're not supposed to see anything but that woman's eyes. Barely want to see the eyes. The eyes is the windows to the soul.
Right. And they're only seeing that to see where they going. God damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, just
sex versus
so
love.
how does the man, you about to sex versus love? We ain't even wrap it up. Yeah, but who said that we had to get off at an hour?
Our 4 kids.
How does a man, our 4 kids sound very calm and collected. They are growing. They're doing so good. First of all, you did not ask the people if they had questions. So if y'all have questions, just drop them in the comments. How does a man know that he's making love? What is the difference for you as a man when you are in that space of making love compared to when you were just having sex? Like, what was the difference for you as a man?
For me as a man, making love it's a spiritual thing. It's not really something that you can explain. It's beyond the earth realm. So it's more of a energetic, more of a translucent state. So it's almost like you're high, almost like you're teleported into another dimension, almost like everything is moving at a different speed and place. It's not necessarily that you're even in the same room and reality right now. It's like you're just transformed. You're like y'all's body's becoming so super fast, the speed of light, that y'all kind of take yourself somewhere else, right? Like we could say the physical stuff with the breathing and the slowing down and the sensual touch and everything like that. But there's something that's happening in the mind that takes you up out of here. And that level of ecstasy is very, very important and very vital in order to feel into the goddess, feel into where she's at. Because again, she is the universe, and your penis penetrating that universe is getting a full cosmic experience that's enlivening.
So the oneness, basically, first of all, what I'm hearing you say is that when you are in the space of lovemaking, it seems like time, space, all of these things cease to exist because you've really entered into this deep oneness, right? You're embracing the fact that you are inside of my body, literally, right? And we've become one being, right? You and I have integrated into one another, and this is the act of making love.
Yeah, it's heartbeat connection. It's a rhythm. It's a flow. It's universe. It's one song. It's a movement. It's a dance. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. So naturally, you know what I'm saying, what's happening is you just take yourself out of this thing we call time, and you go into space time, which is beyond the physical reality. So, you know, I think a good thing to do it and to use is THCA.
Yeah.
You smoke a little weed, start being real intimate and sensual and sexy. And now all of a sudden you like, oh, okay, wait a minute. We have taken ourselves somewhere else beyond just the physical. We're into the spiritual and taking ourselves to a soul level.
But not if you abuse it, though. It has to be used in like a ceremonial.
Oh, you're talking about the weed. Yeah, not like that. Not like just abusing it or using it over and over and over again. But I'm saying like that is a part of it. That is a part that can help enhance that that adventure as well.
So the opposite of that, you know, when it comes down to just the physical sex act, is disregarding the fact that a man is actually entering a woman's yoniverse, disregarding the fact that a woman's body is literally sacred ground. And instead of entering into it with reverence, entering into it just to take something, right? It's almost like depleting the earth. It's almost like just taking, and not actually giving, right? And I know many women have, you know, probably felt that before. You know, being intimate with someone and then feeling depleted afterwards, feeling tired. I will tell you, ladies, a surefire way to know if you've made love or if you've been poured into is after the act. Women are supposed to feel energized after sex, not tired. Not tired. After sex, women are supposed to feel inspired, right? Because that orgasm, it literally releases creativity, love, those endorphins, the serotonin, like all of the happy hormones. When we as women orgasm, it floods our entire body. It stays within our body, right? And we can use it. I was talking about this in a New Love Life event. After I have an orgasm, if there is some work that I need to do, if there's something that I've been thinking about but couldn't really like get clarity on, after that orgasm, I got all the clarity in the world. I know exactly how I'm supposed to deliver this message. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do next. That is because the love making nourishes me, it replenishes me, it gives me energy instead of taking energy away. And so I would encourage women to pay attention to that. And you can kind of tell before the act of sex, the physical act of sex actually happens, you can kind of tell how you are entering into it, right? Is there actual foreplay happening, right? There are times where we gotta slow down. Sometimes we can get so excited. Sometimes we can be so ready that we have to like, okay, let's slow down for a minute. Let's take our time so that we enter into this space. Women, you need to be entering into the act of sex in order for it to be lovemaking. You need to enter into it gently, slowly, right? Fully aroused, fully lubricated by your own natural flow. And the only way that that happens is if you are really cared for, kissed on. I've heard stories of women, especially in those college days, like kissing not taking place. Kissing is so necessary. If you don't want to kiss the man, or if the kisses are not happening, you're probably not going to enter into the space from a place of lovemaking, right?
Yeah, that
The
connection
kissing is so necessary.
That connection is a thing that connection below, but then also above with the mouth, with even the forehead and with the eyes as well. So all of that circulation is a thing that's happening with your etheric energy, and then also just your physical energies as well, just matching up and linking in and just locking into a union.
So true.
When are y'all having another meetup? I feel that's one of the ways I'll meet the goddess for me. I think look for what is this? Easter.
What's that in the spring?
2027. Easter 2027. It was actually my son's birthday, 3/28. Easter, H-Town, stand up, new love life. Be ready.
Dream and I, let me ask y'all this. For those of you who are in a relationship or will be in a relationship, would you come to a couples retreat that Dream and I will host, where we will show you some of these things in person and really have a very real and intimate conversation, right? I think that's one of the spaces where we'll be a little bit more vulnerable and open, with our experiences, individually, because my experience is not necessarily Dream's experience. His experience is not necessarily my experience. And then our experience together is a whole nother thing as well. And so we're building, to create a space where we can have those conversations in person more intimately, because there's only so much that you can share online. Right. I always thought that was a great idea. Yeah. We've been talking about it more and more, and we're really just building up to that. Hence us going live, having these conversations. But there's only so much that you can share online. There is still a certain level of our relationship that we need to protect as well, and so we're just thinking about how can we give more, show more, be even more honest and transparent about our experience and how we got to where we are. Mm-hmm. And I think us hosting something in person, talking to people, being real,
mm-hmm. Yeah, and bigger than that, I think is a good thing to just be able to touch the family, spiritual family as well. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we got to put in perspective what this life is. You have this one life to live, they say, right? And essentially, we want to be able to have experiences with like-minded individuals that we can take with us in our memory bank and put into our Akashic records. Like, wow, we did this, we did that. We had a fire experience, a fire revival, this, that, like these experiences.
Did you say revival?
What's a revival?
Babe.
What?
You took it back to church with a revival.
What's a revival? I'm trying to.
A revival, well, revive means to bring something back to life, right?
Oh, wow.
To revive, bring something back to life.
Fire.
But I know you are channeling some old church experiences when you say revival.
Hey, man, I'm not.
I know, like, y'all remember those revivals, like it used to be a certain time where the church would be like, we're having a holy fire revival. And everybody would probably come at nighttime or something. And it was a whole bunch of music, whole bunch of energy.
Mm-hmm. I was in the past life, I was the pastor's second wife.
You was the pastor's second wife?
Side wife.
Side wife.
Yeah, the one that was getting it all.
Wow. Okay.
Let me stop playing with y'all, man. God damn. Hey, dreams and desires. Oh. We're gonna catch y'all again Sunday.
She said in the night. Yes, exactly.
In the church night, Sunday. We got a volleyball thing Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday
night. We can still go live.
We're still gonna do it Sunday night after that. But check us out, man. And we love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.
Peace, fam.